Anong nangyari dun? Ba't walang makashoot? Okay, so it just happened. The playoffs started already, and in the Western Conference, Portland Trail Blazers, the number 8, just beat the Los Angeles Lakers, the number 1 seed, 100-93 behind Damian Lillard's 34 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. For the Los Angeles Lakers, it's LeBron James, 23 points, 17 rebounds, and 16 assists. So this is a massive upset by the Portland Trail Blazers. Napakasarap pag-usapan, at the same time napakasakit pag-usapan kung Los Angeles Laker fan ka. It's just amazing to see each and every game na same problem cannot be solved by anyone. We are waiting for Rajon Rondo, and by history, Rajon Rondo really is not a good 3-point shooter. So I don't know, but ang dami nagsasabi na wait until Rondo comes and things like that. I'm not sure kung yun yung talagang sagot, okay? So, this is amazing. I've never realized na mangyayari to sa Lakers, even in my wildest dream. Just to give you a bit of an idea, okay? 5 out of 32 yung Los Angeles Lakers sa 3-point shooting. That corresponds to just 15.60%. What are we doing here? 15.60%. Oh, amazing. And para magkaroon kayo ng perspective, Portland Trail Blazers, actually they did shoot for, they had a 13 out of 34, which is good for 38.2%, which is good enough actually. That's way above what the average 3-point percentage ng isang team would be. Now, the problem nito sa Los Angeles Lakers is hindi nangyayari ito dahil malas sila. Ito na yung matagal na sakit nila kahit nung nagsastart pa lang yung bubble. And we are just waiting na, sinasabi natin na, let's just take a look pag nag-start na yung playoffs. LeBron James will start to take over and those shots will start to fall. Pero apparently, it's not the case. And nasa playoffs na tayo, and they're shooting 15.60%. It's just beyond insane for me. And while watching the game, parang unti-unti ko nare-realize na, anong mangyayari ngayon? Anong sagot na Lakers dito? Pwede mo sabing malas sila, pero trend na to eh. I was expecting Danny Green to perform better, way better than this. He only shot 2 out of 8, which is not really all that bad. Pero considering na combine mo si Davis at si James sa 3-point shooting, they're only 1 out of 10. So that's 9 3-point shot na namintis nila, at 7 lang ang lamang ng Portland Trail Blazers. Actually, yun yung gusto ko pang i-check, sabihin sa inyo. Not only 3-point shooting, okay? Kahit sa free throw shooting, Lakers, they shot 20 out of 31, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, which is 64.5%. So that's 11 points na agad yung nawala sa inyo. 7 lang ilamang ng Portland Trail Blazers. And, the problem with this is, yung kawalan ng 3-point shooting, lalo sa laro ngayon 2020 na lahat outside shooting na halos, and if you don't have shooting, you might as well not be in the bubble. And it's just so happened na Los Angeles Lakers is the number 1 seed. I wonder why all of a sudden ganito sila ka-terrible sa 3-point shooting. Libre yung mga tira nila, hindi yun well guarded. And that's another thing, Portland Trail Blazers is not really known for their defense. And that's why I was excited for this series, kasi tingnan niyo yung mga past games ng Portland Trail Blazers against, yung mga laban nila just to keep themselves, in the bubble or in the playoffs. Do or die yung 8 laro nila almost. And lahat ng kalaban nila ang tataas ng points, which goes to show na they're not really good at defense. Their offense is their defense, basically. Kasi parang hinahayaan na lang nilang umiscore na malaki yung kalaban, and their main target is to just score higher than yung kalaban nila, and that's really what's frustrating, na hindi to Rockets, hindi to Denver, hindi to Clippers, and why the hell are we not even able to score beyond 100 points. So it seems like it's 1994 again. 93, I mean, you're the number one seed. You're expected to go to the finals and you only scored 93 points. You have the two of the top 5 players sa liga ngayon, Davis and James, and they only scored 93 points. And one stat na nakita ko, in the final 10 and a half minutes of the fourth quarter, so yung malaking chunk ng fourth quarter, the Los Angeles Lakers only scored 2 out of 10 possessions nila on the half court. Which means na when yung merong set na play, hindi ito transition, na yung may set na play na from their playbook, they're only able to connect 2 out of 10. So what does that imply? We need a point guard. We need a solid point guard. Given na yung wala tayong shooting sa tres, pero we have to have a point guard na would facilitate the plays more efficiently. At hindi lang si LeBron lahat, hindi lang si Davis lahat. 2 out of 10 yun. Yung isa pa doon, yung natip lang ni LeBron na chumamba lang. Or the Davis, actually, I was, sorry, I stood corrected there. So it was Davis was just able to tip it in. So that's, yun yung isa dun sa dalawa na 2 out of 10 na score nila in the half court. So, Lakers actually did a bit better sa transition sa laro na to. Pero yung half court plays talaga nila is not all that good. Sakit sa mata. And like what I mentioned, going back dun sa 3-point shooting, those are not well-guarded shots. Those are, free shots na you should make those shots, man. It's just amazing to see how terrible this team is, and to be honest with you, as a Laker fan, I'm not sure if they will survive this series. I was actually talking with my friends earlier na they might be able to, maaring makasurvive sila, but once they start battling these teams, Rockets or OKC or Denver or Clippers, and eventually Bucks or Raptors, you cannot score this 93 points. This is not gonna get you anywhere. So what the solution is, kung tatanungin nyo ako, it really has to be LeBron James. He has to score more than 23 points, man. 16 assists. So imagine mo, ang dami nilang mintes pero 16 assists pa rin si LeBron. So it means na ginagawa na niya lahat ng kaya niya to facilitate. Now, the fact na, triple-double siya, 16 assists siya pero ganyan pa rin, you have to score more. For me, it's time for LeBron to take it all the way, na yung 16 assists mo, just put it down to 8, put it down to 7, just score more. Gawin mong 2015 LeBron to, as much as it's not gonna be possible anymore kasi he's lower and things like that. But it has to be LeBron. No ifs, no ands, no buts. If it's not gonna be because of LeBron, this series will end in 5. So you heard it here first. Now I want just step up LeBron, Davis. You need to score more, Davis. I can't really emphasize it more. Davis only scored. He did score quite decently. But that being said, like what I mentioned, 28 points. But you have to score more. Top heavy, masyadong top heavy yung team. And you cannot just provide 23 and 28 points and expect your team to win. So yun lang naman, and let's check to see what will happen. Hopefully things would change. But if you're a Blazers fan, Damian Lillard actually was a monster. Nakita niyo yung 3 points niya ng 36 feet and he was able to put it in. So amazing, Damian. So yeah, let's go ahead and check yung mga susunod na laro. And this is exciting. Wow!